Every Sunday evening from the ages of about 15 to 18, I remember going to the one stop down the road across the corner from where my school was and buying a stack of junk food for the week. If you don't know One Stop, it's like a very cheap place that has like junk food. It's like a corner shop basically. And I remember going and filling up a bag's worth of junk food. I'd get squashies, McCoy 6-in-1s, ton of chocolate, ton of Pringles crisps, pot noodles. The Lotus Biscoff spread was one of my favorites. Just a bunch of junk basically. And I remember I'd leave with a bag full of stuff. So basically, when you fill up a bag that you have to like kind of squeeze the handles together because it's so full of so like £20 worth of stuff. And my intention was every Sunday get junk food for the whole week. And every week, without fail, by Tuesday evening, the food was finished. I finished all of it, probably about 3,000 plus calories of junk food. And I remember so clearly going into the school week, and I think we'd have sports on the Tuesday, and on the Monday evening, I'd binge on junk food. I'd binge very heavily on junk food. And I remember on Tuesday, I'd have to go with the intention to sports. I think it was like athletics or something, doing laps around the track. I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to run so fucking hard so that I can just burn the calories that I ate the day before. To my surprise, this did nothing. This didn't work. And the same evening, I would go back to the junk food and eat a ton of junk food because I still look fat. It's safe to say that I had a binge eating addiction at this point. So when Tuesday rolled around and I finished all the junk food, what do you think I did? Went back to the shop and got another bag's worth of stuff. The amount of money I probably funded that one stop was probably ridiculous over that few years, but I can confidently say now that I've killed that binge eating addiction. My diet at the moment is pretty good. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how you can kill that binge eating addiction as well, like I did those years ago. Because for me, diet was one of the things that was getting in the way of me losing fat, building muscle, and it was a real barrier for me. It was something that I just couldn't overcome. I kept relapsing. I had no diet. I had no system or plan in place to avoid these diet slip-ups happening. I've gone from this to this in 4 years. It's safe to say I've been quite successful in my gym journey. So rest assured that what you're going to receive in this video is advice that actually works. So we need to take some action steps to kill this craving. You must first understand that we can either influence our mental or our physical to kill our binge eating craves. So we either influence how we think or how we feel, maybe like hunger wise, to fix our binge eating desires. So this is how we're going to do it. So what I want you to do now is get either a notes page up on your phone or a piece of paper out and make notes as we go along. This is a 3-step process to put a plan in place and a system in place, a system that I wish I had back then a few years ago, to kill those binge eating craves. It was Benjamin Franklin who said, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So we need to put a plan in place to make sure that we achieve the outcomes we want to achieve. So we're going to be making a meal plan, and it's going to be a very simple 3-step process. Step 1 is going to be making a foods list. Step 2 is going to be planning our individual days. And step 3 is going to be to start tracking, and we'll go through each step now. Step 1 is going to be making our complete foods list. This is basically all the foods that we should be eating, all the healthy foods that we want to be eating during the week, and all the foods but basically that we want to be sticking to for the weeks and months to come that we want to be eating. We're not going to be putting in pizza and squashes and McCoys in there. We're going to be putting healthy things in there, whole foods. So this is like your ideal week's worth of food. So the requirements of these foods must be twofold. Firstly, foods that are good for you. So foods that you know if you stick to over time will give you the desired results you want in your diet. And the second thing is foods that you like. There's no point putting in like tuna, for example, if you just despise it, but you know it's good for you, but you just fucking hate tuna. I don't like tuna. So I put in things like chicken or eggs that I do like, and that I can probably tolerate for a long period of time. So kind of be realistic with these foods. So for example, we're going to put in chicken, eggs, spinach, salmon, rice, mincemeat, cheese, tortilla wraps, avocados. That's the list that I'm going to make as an example to follow, so you can follow along with your own list. So write down your list now of your complete foods, all the foods that you want to be consuming each week. Step 2 is planning our individual days. We're going to be splitting all these foods into a meal plan that we can follow each day. So you have the option to alternate for variety. So for example, in your complete foods list, if you put in 5 protein sources, you can alternate. So you're not eating the same 3 protein sources 3 times a day, every day for the whole week, and again for months and weeks down the line. We can alternate to make it less boring and just keep some of the variety in there, because, all power to you if you can stick to the same meals every day. That's kind of what I do. I just stick to the same meals every day. It minimizes the brain power of deciding what to eat, and it's just easier. So if you can stick to mostly the same meals every day, then that's good. But if you can't, then we're going to be writing each individual days down so that you can alternate between different meals if you wish. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe if you have 4 meals, another meal, what foods you're going to be eating each day. So if you want to alternate a lot, then you can do right Monday to Sunday. If you want to alternate every other day, you can put like option 1, chicken, spinach, rice, option 2, beef, spinach, rice or something, so that we can alternate. Step 3 is to start tracking. So to achieve the specific weight loss that you want, how much that you want, the calories that you want to be eating, use a calorie tracker to make sure that you're actually eating the right amount of food, because that is really important. So the one that I use for years is NutriCheck. I think I spent something like £30 for a year, but there's also a free version. So you use this tracker on your phone to make sure that each day we're actually eating what we want to be eating. Now, if you're at school or you live at home, I can probably understand that this might not be an option for you. If your parents cook for you in the evenings, you don't really get a say over what you eat if you are that age. So if you really think that the food that they're cooking is very, very bad, then is going to be bad for your weight loss results. It's going to be bad, and it's not really good for your binging or the meal plan that you want to stick to. Show them this plan. Show them a written down plan that you've made in this, the foods that you want to eat, and show it to them. If they support this, then that's great. But if they don't, then ask them to just not cook for you, give you the money that they would have spent on you anyway, and then you cook your own foods. You're going to have to learn at some point. So if you learn now how to cook your own foods, it'll only help you for the future. So the best case scenario here is you have complete ownership on what you eat during the day to achieve the specific outcomes that you want to achieve. To know exactly how to track your calories and alternate this and make a specific meal plan, more specific than this is just a rough guide. Look at the links below for a dummy's guide to fat loss. I'll actually soon be releasing a program called the Freak Blueprint, which shows you how to influence your mental and your physical to avoid these binge eating craves. Basically, the guarantee of this program is you'll gain 5 kilos of lean mass and 30% of weight added to your compounds in 11 weeks. But I'll give you a sneak peek now of one of the physical tricks that I talk about in this program to kill that binge eating crave. So here it is. Physical trick 1, example scenario. You have a binge eating crave at 7 p.m. and you are scheduled to have your evening meal at 8 p.m. Instead of ordering McDonald's or going to the corner shop to the road and getting Pringles, simply push your evening meal back and cook it now. This way you kill 2 birds with one stone. You kill your binge and crave, as you've eaten already, and you successfully stuck to your meal plan when you felt like deviating from it. Works hugely. Normally, you deviate from a meal plan when you're hungry. So by killing the hunger, by eating the good meal now, it's killed, it's gone. Really helped me. Physical trick 2. If you have a binge, so what you just saw is a very simple trick to kill that crave. It's a physical trick. So something by just pushing your meal back, you can just kill that crave. So you don't have the crave of kind of bad food, but you've already eaten that good one. So it's kind of killing 2 birds with one stone. That's all for now. I hope you found that useful. Until next time, bye.